Hello. Welcome to my temple. My Shaolin temple, if you will. We are very peaceful people here. Hello. You ever just talk to yourself? Alright, boys and girls and everyone in between. We are going to be playing some GTA 5 tonight. You guys. Alright, let's do this. Let me figure out where I can go to start GTA 5 without it crashing my computer setup. Also, I am loving the content on the fan page on Instagram. It is amazing. Okay, so the cool thing about this drink is it's not actually the drink that it's drinking, okay? It's oh, well, that's not okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Okay, okay. Anyways, now that that's over, it's not actually Arizona tea, by the way. This is, it's a different type of tea that I put inside Arizona. I drank this whole thing of Arizona a couple days ago, right? And I kept a container because I can fill it up with water. Free water bottle, am I right? So I filled it up with water, and you know how water tends to taste like nothing sometimes. Well, what I did is, I put the powdered tea in it. Powdered peach tea, which is amazing. You should get it. It's amazing. And it tastes good. Alright, let's do story mode and continue from where we left off. Last time we left off, we were playing as Trevor, and we started off by introducing Trevor to this story, and he was killing bad biker boys. So let's continue doing that. But yeah, folks, we just ballin'. We true ballers tonight. I'm gonna light a candle for good luck.
Speak! You know I don't like using these things.
Is lit.
Then make it quick. That business thing's been set up. The Chinese guy, Mr. Chang, is at the inn. You said that on the phone? What the fuck is wrong with you, damn it, Ron? Now I'm gonna have to discipline you, and you know how I feel about that.
Any stories today, folks? Today was an interesting day. You want to hear about a cool thing called college? Yeah, college has this cool thing called fees that they do. And they go, hey, we know how you want to go to our school, right? And get basic education done. Well, 2 classes at my college cost roughly $1,500. In short case, 2 classes like English and math together is $1,500. Just for 2 classes. And it says the fees for the class, the registration fees, are $10 for each class. $10 doesn't seem that bad. But then you gotta think about the registration fee the second time. You gotta think about the second registration fees in total. You gotta think about the BS fees. There's so many fees that college makes you pay so they can get as much money as out of you as possible. They're like milking you like a cow, trying to get every last drop of your pennies before they say bye-bye. College is not fun, guys. I do recommend going to college, but apply... Okay. Real talk. Okay. Let me just... I gotta get in the real mode. Okay, folks. everyone that's watching this stream right now, or watching it in the future, wherever you're watching it, I need to tell you, when you go to college, when you're signing up and you're registering for which school you want to go to and what classes, you don't have to have a plan. Don't rush yourself into having a plan. That's my number one tip. If you don't know what you're going to go into, then just do basics, you know? But, also, there's this cool thing called a FAFSA, F-A-F-S-A. You can do, I think it's in my state and a couple others. Financial aid is actually a big thing right now. You should definitely start applying for financial aid when you go into college. Like in high school, senior year of high school, start applying for financial aid and see if you qualify for any government assistance. Because if you qualify for any of it, there's so many. You get one for, you could get financial aid for being a woman, for being certain genders, certain races get it, certain anything, literally anything. You could be or do anything and be eligible for a financial aid, right? People in the military get some. Military families, if you have Native American descent, like there is so many that you can get that you have a chance or are most likely going to get. Some schools will also have something where you can apply to get money from those schools. It's a good way to get a little bit more money so you're not struggling in college. Unfortunately, I tried applying for so much financial aid and I didn't get anything. Apparently, I'm not good enough and I didn't qualify for half of this stuff. So I have to pay all the college fees in total. So thousands and thousands of dollars are going to be taken out of my bank account because I just don't, because they want my money and they're going to try to scam me into doing it. So yeah, that's my tip for college, is if you're actually planning on going to college, which I do recommend if you want to go into a higher education or do trades. But honestly, I hope our college and education system is well funded and well, not funded, but well, reformed in the future, where it's not going to cost $1.5 million to go to college. But unfortunately, that's the society we kind of live in, me being the Joker himself, society. We need to come together as students and as people and start making it easier for young people to get into college. A lot of people are afraid to go to college because of how much it is and how much pressure it is to get put into college. And let's say, because for me, I'm paying for 2 classes, and those 2 classes itself this semester are going to be $1,500 for those 2 classes, just 2. Let's say I fail. If I fail those classes, I also get fined, or not fined, but I get a fee if I fail those classes. I don't even get to end it off if I fail them, but I would also get feed like $200 for each class. So, not to put pressure on you, but if you do plan on paying for college yourself, you do got to take in consideration that you are in charge of what you're doing and you can't mess it up or you're losing a lot of money. But at the same time, don't pressure yourself too much to the point where you're like, I can't focus on school too much because I'm focusing on money. My easiest accommodation for it is apply for a student loan. If you know for a fact that you can pay off your college tuition within the next 10 years, then get a student loan. Student loans, you're just borrowing money for a little bit. There might be a little interest. Interest is that extra money that you have to pay, so at least the college gets a little bit money from you borrowing their money. But that's another thing. If you don't know what interest is, it's this collecting money. It's kind of like a snowball effect of money, where banks owe you a loan, like if you apply for a loan for a vehicle or a mortgage on a house, they're going to give you a loan. Let's say I'm a bank. I'm going to give you $1,000 for this car. This is hypothetical. The banks usually give you like 10,000, but $1,000 for this car, right? And you have 10 years to pay off this $1,000. Within those 10 years, you're going to be paying an extra maybe $200, $100. So you're not just paying back that $1,000 that you owed before, but you're going to be paying an extra $100 so that bank gets a little money, you know? Because they kind of earn that money for giving you money in advance. Because they're not just going to give you free money and expect you to pay all of it back and not any extra. They want some of that money too. Interest is that extra money that you have to pay after the loan. So like, let's say I apply for a loan of $10,000. The interest of $10,000, depending on your interest rate, which is the percentage of interest you have to pay, which sometimes it depends on your credit score, which that's another subject. But a credit score is based on like how good you pay back your money. So if you pay back a loan on time, then your credit score is up. And if you have a good credit score, you have better percentage rate. And usually it's lower percentage. Like for me, my percentage rate would be like 12%. That means I'm paying an extra 12% of what my loan is originally. So do the math. What's 12% of $1,000? That answer is how much extra money you're going to be paying off on a loan. That's basically what interest is. And if you need to take notes, take notes. It's a little confusing to explain on camera when I'm talking to you about this, but think about interest as that little extra money you have to pay off on a loan or on anything. So going back to what I was saying, when you get a student loan for college, they're going to want a little bit of extra money, interest. And sometimes if your college, let's say you do a $10,000 loan and they expect 12% of it, it's going to be like, I think, what? 1,200 extra money? My brain ain't working right now. 12% of 10,000, that's how much extra money you're going to be paying on that. Depending on like how much, what percentage you have or whatever they do. So basically, my whole point in total is when you go into college and expect to get a good education, always take all the extra steps and try to find loopholes around it so you aren't paying all your money to go to college. Take any opportunity you can to let someone else pay for it for you. Because if you allow yourself to get used to this mindset that I have to pay for everything with my money, and even if there are opportunities out there, I'm not going to take them because that's just too much work. Once you get in that mentality, that lazy mentality, you will not be strong enough to further your education. You'll not be strong enough to further your life. I will be making music in the future, but yet again, I got a lot of stuff on my plate. I'll try to make as much music as I can, but my thing is just always try to take the best opportunities possible when they're literally staring at you. Because I had a friend, he worked long shifts. He would work 8 to 10 hours a day at his job. He would hate his job. He would constantly be complaining about how he never wanted to be there in the first place, that he's making not a lot of money, and that he's making barely minimum wage, and he works too hard on his job, and he knows that he should be getting paid more. But his boss isn't giving him enough money. And let's say, there's just a job opportunity that flew past him during that time and he ignored it, then that's kind of on him. He should have seen that job opportunity and taken it to that. But instead, now he's at a better place now at the same job. He just got boosted up because the old manager got fired. But don't listen to that. If you see better opportunities, always take better opportunities. If you have a crappy job and you've been there, everyone's going to get a crappy job, but stay there for at least a year. And if you start actually really hating your job and you are really feeling like you're not getting as much as you should be, start looking for better opportunities. Talk to your boss about any raises, or don't just straight up say, give me money. When you talk to your boss, say, hey, I've been doing a lot of work for this company, and I feel like I'm being very manipulated and used to that extent. And you don't even have to say that. You could just say, I feel like I've done a lot for this company, and I don't feel like I'm getting enough reward, or rewarded enough, however you want to put it. And if they still don't give you anything from it, then start looking for better opportunities. Like, any other direction you can go in that you feel like it would be a better option, trust your heart, trust your instinct. I'm just trying to guide you people that are watching to a better life. Because I know nowadays a lot of people don't get that motivation that they're supposed to. And I've seen the percentage of young adults that are not motivated to go to college, that are not motivated to go to school, that are not motivated to further their life. A lot of people want to do stuff, but they just don't have the motivation to do it. Like, I can admit and I can relate, because I'll come to work not motivated. I'll come to school not motivated. I will one day just not be motivated, and I'll stream and feel like I'm doing nothing. You know, there's some streams that I'll be midstream and I'll just feel like bored and just not feeling it. Like, I can look back on some of these streams and I'll see myself so just deprived of energy. But the best thing that keeps me going is always thinking about the future and how I've got where I'm at and how I'm going to progress towards the future. Because I plan on living a good life, living a life, having my own house, having my own, wife, having a family, having what I want in the future. And you got to make goals. That's another good thing. Always make goals. No matter what. Even if it's short-term, long-term goals, just make goals, man. Even if you're waking up in the morning, make a goal. I'm going to go brush my teeth. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to school. Make little goals throughout your day, and then get like a whiteboard or notebook. Write in the notebook long-term goals and then short-term goals. Start writing them down. Like, long-term goals. I want just say anything. I want a Ferrari. I mean, that's a little further up there. That's an extent, but I want I want a Ford Focus. I want a car. I want a car. Start working up from that. And then when you start making money at your job, take a little bit of that money out every month. Every paycheck that you get, take like 100 out of that 400 that you make during that paycheck. Take 100 out and keep that 100 in a sacred location and let it build up from 100 to 200 to 300 every paycheck. And as you watch that little money grow and your big bank account grow, you'll start saying, like, hey, I still have all this money left over. I can use on money. I can use it on food. I can use it on doing all this other stuff. And then you have all this money up here that you can use on buying a car. When you split your money in half during each paycheck, make sure you make goals for that. Like, okay, I made, let's say, $1,000 this paycheck. I'll put 200 towards college. I'll put 400 towards living off of rent, food, utilities. And then that extra money, you're going to keep in your savings. Just keep saving money. And just have like a savings account where you put all your money in. Always make sure to save. Always make sure you save your money. No matter what. Make sure you at least have like once you get to like $5,000, make sure you always have like that $5,000. And even if it goes a little lower than $5,000, try to stay around that range. Or like make not even just $5,000. Do it with any amount of money. Like, let's say you just got your first paycheck and you got $1,000. Keep that $1,000. Try to keep with that range, $1,000 range. Don't try to spend a bunch of money on, food and out stuff. You can always split your paycheck and always have a little bit of money here and there for food and stuff, but don't automatically spend all your money on junk food, on I want to go out with friends all the time and do expensive stuff, because then you're not going to have money, and then you won't be as rich as you were, as you wanted to be. I realize that the quick and easy way, because I'm very about saving money, and I love to save money more than I do anything. And I just had to make my payments on college, and I got sad because I saw my money basically go down the drain. But it's not really going down the drain if it's going towards a better cause. College is still a good thing. Is there things I wish I would have done in high school? The one thing I wish I would have and could have done in high school is I wish I would have done more thinking about college. That would have helped. I wish I would have taken more college courses, because that also would have helped with basics. But I placed real high on the SATs, so I'm good. But yeah, the main thing I would do, the one thing I would do in high school to redo all over again is I'd like to start off with like strong classes that I feel comfortable with. Because when I started freshman year, I had honors and AP classes off the bat, and I was not prepared for it because I literally moved from an old school to here within that time, and I learned two different things. I was in two different grades. I wish I would have known more than I did at the time. But if I would have redone high school, I would have started out with what I felt comfortable with and tested the water, and really focused on my schoolwork throughout the whole. Because there were times in junior and senior year that I did get like senioritis where I was like, it's all right. Work is just potential. Like, I would sit down on my phone most of the time, like instead of doing schoolwork. But then I caught up, and then I started getting back into like learning and focusing on school. But one thing I do want to say is for anyone that is in high school or going to high school, make sure you guys stay organized. And when you guys take classes, take those seriously. And I know school's boring sometimes, and the stuff you learn might be the same thing every year. But when you learn stuff, like when you go into your math class and you're learning trigonometry or geometry, like algebra, I made a notebook. Make a notebook, buy, I don't know, colored pencils, glue, all this like kindergarten craft material. Make a cool notebook. Like glue like math problems to it. Make it fun. Like color it. Make it so you can learn better. And keep it. Keep it forever. Keep it in a drawer with all your other notebooks from other classes. I did it with English, math. I did it with history. Even history. I had colored pencils that I wrote like certain words under. Like important words I would put in red. And then like words I didn't know I would put in blue. And then I'd put the definition on a different page. It's kind of good. It's really useful. I do recommend. Make sure you do keep organized when you do this. Like, when I did high school, it was easier than I thought because of what I did. I had a binder full of all my notebooks, and they were all organized. My math teacher is the one that gave me that idea. Shout out to Miss Ryan. Yeah, she was amazing. She really made sure we learned that way, because she knew that a lot of us kids at the time weren't mental learners, if that makes sense. She knew that you couldn't just tell us what to do. Like if I'm talking to you about a math problem, you don't know what I'm talking about. Like you can hear what I'm saying and you're listening to me through your headphones or through your speaker, but you're not understanding the problem. Now, if I start writing down the problem on the screen, like x equals 7, blah, 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 you can see the problem and you can visualize it. Because we have receptors in our brain that can determine what we're looking at through our brain, and it's easier to compute that information than to speak. That's why a lot of people will That's why a lot of people, when you talk to them, it takes them a little bit for them to comprehend what you said and to respond. You know, it takes a little bit for them to hear what you're saying. It has to go from your ears to your brain. And even though it's an instant, it still takes a little bit more longer. And when you're trying to tell someone a new subject, like let's say you never knew what math was, and I'm trying to explain to you what these numbers, how they add and subtract, you're not going to get it. You're not going to understand what I'm saying unless I put it on a piece of paper and write it down for you. So my whole point about this is when you do any of your classes in high school, I suggest getting a notebook, write down your problems, write down all the stuff that you need, and make sure you can learn from it. Learn. Don't just write stuff down for you to forget about in 10 years. Try to make sure you know what you're learning about, even if it's complicated. The other tip I will say is when you have a problem or you're struggling in a class, do not be afraid to ask your teachers. That's why they're there. They are literally there to help you learn. And if they don't help you learn and you didn't learn anything, or you're struggling on even one subject out of the 10 or 15 that you got taught, they didn't do their job right. So make sure you use your teachers as an advantage. I made sure after every class, if I didn't understand something in their class, I'd stay after a little bit. You know, during passing periods or during lunch, I'd come up and ask them like, hey, I need help with this subject. Like, I need help with division. I need help with, you know, how to do this. Because it's better asking someone that knows how to do it than to go home and ask your parents, because a lot of parents don't know. Unfortunately, a lot of parents will not remember how to do half of that. Also, if you go home and try to figure it out yourself, you're going to realize that you're going to struggle and you will be up all night trying to figure out how to do this one problem when you could just ask your teacher and they will teach you how to do it and re-teach you. And if you can't learn a certain way, let them know. I'm still not getting it. I'm still not understanding this. But my main goal, as what I'm doing right now, is trying to get you to understand that there are, like I said, different opportunities in life, different pathways to choose. So if you're not getting the whole learning in a one way, try doing it from a different way. Like, let's say you are reading a book, right? And you can't, like, I have a problem with reading where I can't read something with my eyes and it translates to like a little mental movie, you know? It takes a little bit because I'm more of I like to listen. I like reading audiobooks. They're a lot better for me anyways. Audiobooks, and I like to summarize a lot of stuff. When I'm reading a book, I like to summarize what's going on because a lot of people are different. But you gonna talk about this? No, I wasn't gonna talk about this. You kind of just got me to speak about it. But yeah, to be honest, if you want to save this stream and take some of the advice I have, please do, because that's why I'm talking about it. Like, I'll do a full-on TED talk about it because I think this information is better than anything. And the one key that I realized in life is information is the key, you know? Information is probably one of the best things we have. And us as young kids get the most information at young ages. Like, our parents, they didn't get a lot of information that we get now. We were introduced to cell phones in just the past 20 years. Like, we have these little devices, these little cubes in our hand that hold the whole entire world. We have millions upon millions of books in this thing. We have music beyond our comprehension. Use your phone as a device. If you are struggling on something, you can also ask your phone. You can look up on Google what some problems are. Like, let's say you're struggling on a certain subject, like inequalities, which if you don't know what inequalities are, you will learn it. But let's say you have a problem with it and you are looking at this stuff. Try to learn from it. Look up on Google, and if it says like, oh, this is how you do it, try to learn from that. Don't just go, oh, that's how you solve the problem and solve it, and then, oh, turn in your homework. No. When you do your homework, it's not for you to just complete and turn in. It's for you to also learn from it. It's to give you practice. When you're riding a bike, do you just look at the instruction of how to ride a bike and try to work your way into it? No, you practice. You learn from mistakes. That's another thing, is a lot of people are afraid to do homework and afraid to start classes because they're afraid of making mistakes, which that's the complete opposite of the mindset you're supposed to have. My thing is, mistakes are supposed to happen. I encourage you to make mistakes. Now, don't just purposely start making mistakes, but my point is, I encourage people to make mistakes, because when you make a mistake, it's better than not trying at all. Because when you make a mistake, you get up and you start working from that. You learn from your mistakes. When you don't try at all, you're not learning from not trying. You're just not trying. But when you make a mistake, and let's say you have a test tomorrow, right? And you think you studied a lot and you think you were on point with your studying, you take the test and none of these questions were what you were studying for. And let's say you get a D on the test and you wanted an A. Don't look down on that. Don't consider that, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Nowadays in school, they will let you retake the tests. They will let you fix up the tests. Sometimes it's test corrections. Sometimes it's retaking the test. Teachers aren't going to purposely fail you because they're not a-holes. Teachers want to make sure you learn what you're doing. So let's say you fail on a test or you don't do as good as you think, ask them for the test or ask them for what's on the test or anything like that, and just try to focus on those problems again. Look at what you got wrong. Try to redo what you were doing. Because if you fail from a test, it's not the end of the world. And if you fail, you're not dying. If you fail on a test, just look at what you got wrong and start fixing from it. But that was my main point, is when you go into high school or college or anything, don't get nervous on the class. Don't get nervous too much on the work, because you will learn. You just got to keep trying. And that's the motivation you got to keep. And together, we're all in one boat. Got to keep trying. Got to keep motivated. Got to keep pushing. Got to keep grinding for that future. I know everyone's depressed and says, oh, I'm not going to have a future. Oh, I'm not going to have a life. I'm not going to have a family. Yeah, you will. You're just saying this now, but in 5-10 years from now, you're going to be looking back on that moment and going, God, that's cringe, man. Look at me in my so-and-so. Look at me in my house. Look at me in my yard. You're going to be sipping martinis on the beach in 10 years, looking back on those depression days when you were telling yourself you couldn't do it. Was I organized? I was very organized. Now, I can also admit I did have my messy days. My locker I never used, but when I used my locker, it was messy. But my backpack was also messy, but that was in grade school. Grade school's different. I was still young, still trying to figure out stuff. But in high school, I cracked the code, man. I cracked it. I did the best thing for high school and the best thing you could do as a student. Make sure you buy a binder. Make sure you have folders. Make sure you have notebooks. Keep stuff organized. You put the binder in, okay? Then you put the notebooks on one side, then put your folders on the other side. Put all your tools and pencils and stuff in one pouch, and just make your own little, contraption. A lot of people, back in the day, in the 90s, only 90s and 80s kids will remember, and 70s kids and all that, they're called trapper keepers. I know you probably never heard of it. If you have, That's awesome. Trapper keepers are the best tools for school. I'm telling you, the easiest way to learn is to get a trapper keeper because you got everything in it. It's literally a binder that holds everything, your notebooks, folders, your anything. And it's awesome. I recommend it. I still have a lot of my high school notebooks and stuff. I still have a lot of them. I think a couple of them I gave to my ex and I didn't get them back, but I'll just make another one if that gets to it. But a lot of them you can use in college too. When you make a high school notebook, use it in college because they teach you the same stuff and they'll test you on that. It's pretty cool though. I like it for when I have kids, I can show them that and see how math has improved over the times and how biology has improved. Because imagine, like, you see how old people have all these cool notebooks and pendants and stuff from the, like, 60s and 50s, and you're like, ooh, that's cool. Imagine showing your grandkids, or, like, let's say years and years from now, you having, oh my god, a notebook from early 2000s. It's 2080 now. And this is an old textbook of algebra. Now we have algebra 5. Or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But, like, it's kind of cool to keep those books. It's really cool to keep a lot of your math and stuff like that for the future, too, because you never know when you're going to need it. I know you're not going to bring a textbook to the store and be like, how do you do these equations? But it's good to have when, like, you're in college and you're still taking those courses in the future and you need a reference to look back on. It's great, and I love it. It's not the best for everyone. Everyone works differently, but trust me, it's better than nothing. And it's better to try to learn in different ways than it is to just keep failing and to just forget about it, you know? When you fail, it's not a complete failure. Okay? When you fail, you don't actually fail. You know, it's just another step towards success. A lot of people think failure is the end. But it's not. When you fall, you get back up. It's just human nature, right? When you fall, you don't just lay there for the rest of your life. It's not how it works. In our human brains, when we fall, we have to get back up. Same with everything else. When you fall in school or when you fall in any situation in your life, you get back up. Because that's what you do. That's why if you feel like you can't do something and you are strongly on it, don't be. Turn your mind around, change up your mindset, because always remember that you can do it. And nothing is impossible when you put your mind to something. Nothing. So, keep that in mind, and let's play some GTA. It's been like 40 minutes. But, yeah. That's kind of how it is. But, college is also fun. College has got me working. Look at Trevor, though. Look at this boy. Oh.
You're still banned.
Trevor. Trevor, you're still banned, says Joe Mama.
Chef, we're just coming down to see the kitchen.
You can't get here quick enough. The Aztecas are coming. They think you took out Ortega.
They ain't mistaken.
Well, get down here and take them out, too.
You collided with them. Sure your boss don't want this crank for his own personal consumption?
No, Mr. Chang Sr. is very specific. He wants a good, reliable source of methamphetamine. We will buy from you here and distribute using established networks.
I'm worried that might dilute what our operation's all about.
Oh, I'm gonna have to kill all these people, ain't I?
Trevor, we ain't got long.
Whoa, 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 manners, chef.
They really want you dead.
This what you came for? I'm reloading.
Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Clean them up, chef. Come on.
Where is this dude?
Rude motherfuckers.
Take cover, everybody!
When the kitty cat is sus. Boom, 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 boom.
They're coming in on the left.
They gotta have the whole crew here. Come on, you Azteca scumbags.
They're coming up.
Take cover!
Hell yeah! Woo-ah! Where's the rest of them, eh?
Shit, Trevor, find some cover.
I'm entertaining clients.
¡Ay, güey! ¿Qué pasó? Somebody's hit! ¡Ayúdale! Jeez! Luis is fucking hit!
Grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher? That's Epic Pog.
The Aztecas are
Look at this boy. Look at him come drifting in.
time for the Aztecas to die out.
We need to get to the front of the shop. Come on.
Did you just try to tell me what to do?
We gotta get downstairs. Come on. They're coming in the door. Get down.
Got a man down. Bust that shot, motherfucker. Now I really am gonna put you out of business.
We've got them on the back foot. Come on. Ortega's dead. And so's your crew.
Get back inside and clean up the lab. All right, time to recommence the tour, gentlemen.
Oh.
重钉超悬了，音炮在哪 ？I think we have seen quite enough. 改正，
但是还没有到。
Yeah, that happened. Trevor Phillips. Look at those cars. I always forgot, like, can't you just drive all the way to Michael's house and, like, or do they not meet that? I forgot what happens. I haven't played GTA in so long, but I thought if you drive all the way to Michael's house, he, like, it's like, hey, who's that bummo? Do I need to bring out the grenade launcher, you cuck?
I tried, Trevor.
What's going on, Ron?
They were here for you. Here for you.
I gotta swing by ammunition. Go to Sandy Shores Airfield. Check it out.
How?
I'll come in your ear when I get a hold of you.
Oh, what are you buying at the gun shop?
I'm not buying anything. I need a sniper rifle with a high-powered scope. They say they support local business. Well, we're about to find out if that's true.
Sorry, Trevor. I needed to do that. I just come fucking bursting in.
Melvin! How you feel about brand synergy, huh? TP Industry. That sniper on your wall looks like it'll do the job. She'll do nicely. Now I need a scope and a suppressor. They won't hear me coming. All right, now stop selling weapons to that half-wit Cletus. Ron! Ron, I got the gun. Meet me at the water tower just north of the airfield.
Roger that, Trevor. But you gotta look out, because there's bikers all over this airstrip.
Of course there are! 2 planes are touching down at the field on a weapons run. We're gonna wait till the right time and appropriate them.
We are?
Yes, we are.
Where are you, man? I'm waiting at the water tower. I'm up here. I don't see the hardware, but I do see a hell of a lot of bikers.
Hardware's not here yet. I'm coming up.
Go on up, boss. This is high enough for me.
We gotta wait till you can slip in there unnoticed. Should give you the time to plan a route to the gas tank you're rigging up to blow. Enough waiting. This is your moment, Ronald. Whenever you get a doubt in your mind, I want you to remember that I'm watching you through the scope of a high-powered rifle.
Right, Trevor. Right. Got it.
Now, relax. The ATV can only take you so far. Park it and don't let them spot you.
Can you see me, Trevor? Trevor? You see me?
You wouldn't believe this, Ron. One of these assholes is having a seizure or something.
That's me! That's me! Don't shoot!
Well, get a move on.
I'm moving! Just keep me covered, okay? They got a guard at the bottom of those steps, under the control tower! There! There's a guy there, Trevor!
Got it.
Good kill, Trevor!
You're walking like you shat yourself. Move!
Shit! I hear an engine! They're gonna see that guy you shot! Quick, shoot out the lights on the tower above him! It's coming! Quick!
There's one, and there's the other.
Lights off! Good. Now don't smoke the guy in the van until he stops and gets out. Shoot! They know we're here!
Motherfucker. Guys, come on. Dude, there's a lot of pressure. What you mean? Oh, boy.
The ATV can only take you so far. Park it and don't let them spot you.
Can you see me, Trevor? Over by the road.
We're done.
Wouldn't believe this, Ron. One of these assholes is having a seizure or something.
That's me! That's me! Don't shoot!
Guard by the tower, taken care of. Keep moving, make yourself useful. Hurry it up, Ronnie. Is a bad knee slowing you down, huh? Maybe I'll amputate.
You hear that? I can hear an engine. They'll see that body.
I already shot the lights, so you can calm down.
Good. Well, don't shoot the guy in the van until he stops and gets out, okay?
I tried sniping him when he was in the car. That's why. That's what he did. Dude, Ron's kind of cute though, not gonna lie.
Hold fire. We gotta see what he's up to. I think he's just calling the dead guy. You can erase him now. He's out. You can put him down.
If the man wants to pay his respects, I ain't one to cut.
You should have seen the look on his face. Wait! A guy came out of the control tower. Get him quick! He's gonna see us!
Woo! Down he goes.
What's up, Kope? How's it going, man?
Bottom of the tower. Another guy's on his way. He's down there, amongst the bodies.
Okay, I'll get to him.
Damn.
Clean shot, Trev. Another guy's coming out of the tower. Must be looking for the one you shot.
And they all came tumbling down.
Get your sights back on me, Trev. I'm scared.
I got you in my sights, so get a move on and plant that bomb on the gas
Oh,
tank.
wait.
I can't. There's someone coming out of that building. I can hear him at that far door. There's a second guy coming out of the building. Good kill, Trevor.
Yo, this is not okay.
I'm fitting it. Just keep a lookout. And watch out for the tank. It'll go up if you hit it. I think someone's coming. Shit. He's coming over here. He sees me. He sees me, Trevor. A bolt from the blue. Can you hear that? Chopper incoming.
Always hated that chopper. Just fucking drive. You're bikers.
It's looking for us, T. We ain't gonna get them guns when they got tactical superiority.
If I hit the chopper, everyone's gonna know we're here.
Try and hit the pilot when he's settled. They might think he crashed. Might they?
They might.
That chopper's gonna be on us. We don't take him out. The pilot plan didn't work, but they know they're being attacked. Plane's in that hangar, man. I'll get the engine running if you can clear the runway. I don't see none of the guys who came to your trailer here.
One dead biker is as good to me as another. I'm hoping this change of management will be as painless as possible.
Let's do this! Here's the shot!
I think I saw a man void his bowels.
Happens to the best of us. Now start that plane. Make your peace, gentlemen.
Shouldn't we go find the guys who came to the trailer?
No, we should secure this fucking hardware.
Get in the plane, Trevor.
Changing mags!
Let's go. We did it, boys. Racism is no more.
Get in the plane.
Plane's loaded up with crates, Trevor! Just like you said!
Rest of the guns must be on the plane down the end of the runway. Get me to my plane, Ron. Come on, let's go, let's go. told my contact to meet us just off the coast.
Hey, there's a biker on your wing, Trevor.
I am aware of this.
Well, you gotta get him off. Do a roll or something.
While the man on my wing presents no immediate danger, I'll do my best to oblige you.
Shit, Trevor, you can't get him off. That guy is clinging on.
How do you get off? How do you...
He's still there.
How do you fly? How do you fly a plane, guys?
Stop those guys! Get me to that plane! There's a burning gift!
Watch the left.
Get me to my plane, Rod!
Let me look up something.
Once you plane you want to fly, then you're just going to press Y next to it as you would with any other vehicle. And the first two controls are going to be the same.
That's what it is. All right. Got him.
Come on! Let's go! Let's go!
All right, I figured out how to do it.
Let's go, Ronald! Vamos! Slow! Get me to that plane!
Jesus.
Get me to my plane, Rod! Shit! This one for you, permit jump pricks! Suppose there's room for a passenger?
Find a clear path of runway and take off.
The guy who's taking receipt of these guns is in a boat just off the coast.
Hey, there's a biker on your wing, Trevor.
I am aware of this.
Well, you gotta get him off. Do a roll or something.
While the man on my wing presents no immediate danger, I'll do my best to oblige you.
He ain't letting go, is he? Shit, Trevor, you can't get him off.
How do you fly? They lied. It's not number pad 5. They lied to me. They said no, it's not. God, I love flying planes. And
Let's go, Ronald! Don't let that cargo get out of here! No!
Bikers on the left of us.
Get me to that plane! free, you permit jump pricks! Suppose there's room for a passenger?
Watch out for the bikers, they're all over you!
I told my contact to meet us just off the coast.
Hey, there's a biker on your way, Trevor!
I am aware of this!
Well, you gotta get him off! Do a roll or something!
While the man on my wing presents no immediate danger, I'll do my best to oblige you.
That guy is clinging on!
I literally cannot fucking do it. We'll just do skip.
The guy who's taking receipt of these guns is in a boat just
What?
off the coast.
It's not working. What the heck? Let me figure out how to... Oh, there we go. I think I figured it out, folks.
I told my contact to meet us just off the coast.
That's why, because number pad was locked.
I am aware of this.
Well, you gotta get him off! Do a roll or something! Oh, there he goes!
Finally, I feel safe.
So, who might this buyer be?
There's only two places this kind of hardware is gonna go.
And they are?
Up north to our Canadian cousins, where the lost were likely to be sending them. Or our other neighbors, those in the south, our Mexican brethren.
I'd assume you got all kinds of connections in Canada.
Why would you make an assumption like that?
It's obvious.
Why is it obvious? Spell it out for me before I order you to fly that plane into a mountain.
Because of where you used to operate. Weren't you pulling scores in North Yankton and running cargo over the border?
Oh. Yeah, sure I was.
But flying a plane on the PC is so crappy.
I see a signal. You think that's your guy?
Affirmative. Make the drop.
Military base coming up. Fly low. We don't want to show on their radar. They got the packages!
Shipment successfully delivered, Ron. Now remember, if you beat me to the airstrip, I'll butcher your carcass and wrap you in cheesecloth.
You wouldn't really do that to me, would you?
Beat me and you'll see.
I ain't a trained Air Force pilot like you. I can just about get where I'm going, but I don't got much choice over whether it's fast or slow.
Then get better at it, or fly through a barn.
Would a barn slow me down?
Yeah, it might do. Or it might kill you instead.
I'm just gonna fly normal, and I'll rely on you getting there quicker.
You're braver than I thought.
Keep low, over the swamp, boss. So the guns are going to Mexico?
Mexico. Yeah, guy in the boat is Oscar Guzman. He's in with the cartels.
If there's a market, this could be a way to expand the business.
Like I hadn't thought of that. We might be able to buy into Oscar's thing, but leave that to me, Ron.
I'm sorry to ask this, but does your contact pay well for this kind of shipment? Because I've got those lawyer fees for the divorce and my settlement costs.
Oh, he pays. Better than any in this sorry country.
That's good to hear, man.
We'll talk about the exact split when we're grounded, okay?
All right, T. there was any doubt.
I think that was adequate restitution for my impotent rage statue.
That was a mighty fine statue, Trev.
That was a mighty fine piece of plastic shit. But there is no price for emotional attachment. I mean, you might forego your cut to alleviate my heartache.
I might? Yeah, I mean, I will. Good idea.
We don't have time to dwell on that now, because we got more runs, Ron. If there is one thing that they need south of that big fence, it is guns.
Trevor Phillips Industries! Technical expertise, managerial innovations, unstoppable!
Oh, that's right. Now go. I need to meditate. Or masturbate. Or both.
How much money we have? Oh crap, we have quite a bit. Oh. Bro, how? Look at the train. It's the train, boys. It's the train. You ever just have to itch so much? I'm sorry, I got stuck. I don't know. Hey, it's the old medical center. Hello. Oh. Hello, peoples of the world. Look at that motorcycle.
I gotta get my eyes checked. Hit me!
Hey, look at that. It's a coyote.
You're gonna meet a bitch, that's where you're gonna meet one, you know what I'm saying?
I try to be a good neighbor, and this is what I get!
Wait, can this guy die?
Am I creepy now? Am I? What is this, a family reunion?
How? How am I supposed to live through that? I got fucking hit by a car.
trash, Sandy Shores. Nobody talks about my mother. You want redneck? Oh, I'll give you redneck.
I'll say I don't get what I was. They not drop anything? Well, so another one, it's gonna be like that. Alright, well, peeps, I'm gonna end it off here. So yeah, thank you guys yet again so much for watching. It's been quite a good stream, I will say. I'm actually glad I got to stream tonight and speak to you all about some serious topics. Blew out the candle. Alright, kiddos. I'm gonna head to bed, so thank you guys yet again so much for watching, and have a great night.